this is your astrological monthly forecast for November of 2016. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me. And before we get started, I just wanted to remind you guys that this is a general, very general forecast for those born under the sun, moon, or rising sign in the sign of Libra. And don't forget that you are more than one sign, okay? I know you're all about being a Libra, but guess what, honey boo boo? There are other energies that you possess other than Team Libra, okay? So if you're curious about that, check out your birth chart. I posted a link down below to where you can go and pull up your birth chart. If you have your birth time, then you can find out everything, okay? Your rising sign is especially important. But even if you don't have a birth time, you can still see all the other planets and how they play a part in your personality and in your life. So if you know your moon sign and your rising sign, check out your monthly videos of the forecast for those as well. The rising sign is especially more accurate and important. And if you would like a personalized reading unique to you in any type of situation or, you know, life event that you would like me to look at, or even just a general reading of your personality, I would love to. So go to my website, which is indigomoonAstrology.com, and we can get a reading scheduled for you. All right, Libra, so on to your general November forecast. Okay, Libra, so I'm trying something new this month. I have a circular chart that that I bought, and it's really neat and all these like cute little colors and stuff, to show you where the planets are this month and what that activity is like and how it affects you as a person. So it's a little transparent, so it may be a little hard to see, so bear with me. I'm still working with it, but let's go check it out and see what the energy is like for you guys this month. All right, Libra, so here is my little circular chart here. Pretty cool, right? So first, let's start out with talking about where the sun is at for you guys. So we start out with the sun still in Scorpio in your second house. The second house deals with your earned income, your values, and it deals with your resources, the material world, how you enjoy that. And the sun is pretty much shining a light in that area for you. It has been since the end of October, and it will be until the 21st of November. So the sun in Scorpio, the majority of the month is really putting an emphasis and a focus here for you. So you may be looking at your budget, how you earn money. You may be looking at jobs and, you know, job situations, and maybe even looking at how you utilize your resources. Like if you could maybe turn more lights off in the house and prevent the electricity bill from going too high, you know, things like that. Or you can be just enjoying the material world a little bit more, maybe spending a little bit more money, and maybe looking around and seeing things that you need around the house or just in your world in general. Materially, just really big focus on the material world while the sun is here in Scorpio. So now we're going to talk about the first shift in energy this month, the major planetary shift in energy, and that is that of Mars. So Mars is the planet of action and drive and aggression and initiative. So, oops, and he jumped out because he's just such an active guy. So Mars is going to move into Aquarius on the 9th, and that is in your 5th house. The 5th house is the house that rules children and childlike fun and romance and creativity, creative projects, and if you have your own business. So this is a really good energy if you want to do something to start your own business and take the initiative to finally take actions towards doing so. I mean, you've got the sun hanging out in your 2nd house of, how can I earn more money? You know, then Mars comes in here in the 5th. Hey, how about we start our own business? Let's just get it going, you know. So that's what Mars here can do. It can also make you want to be a little bit more active, getting out and having some fun, and maybe even fun with like a romantic partner, doing some sporty, fun, active stuff. Maybe even with your kids, getting more actively involved with them and doing some fun, active stuff. Maybe even your kids can become a little bit more unruly at this time. Mars can be kind of a disruptive energy at times in your house of children. You know, maybe they might need a little bit more discipline during this time, but this can still be fun times all around for you. Very active, very fun energy, and that starts on the 9th. So now let's talk about Mercury. Mercury, the planet of communication and your logical thinking. It moves into the sign of Sagittarius on the 12th. Sagittarius is your third house, the third house of the mind and of thinking. So let me tell you, Libra, Mercury, the energy of quick thinking and the mind, in the house of the mind for you guys. He is really going to cause your mind to be whizzing around a lot, okay? Your mind is going to be so active, so busy. You may have trouble sleeping, be up at night a lot more because you have all these thoughts just coming to you. And, you know, your mind is going to be so busy thinking about what you can organize, what you can manage, what you can do. It's going to have a lot of ideas come up. And the third house is also a house that I've noticed, like, running a lot of errands and staying busy around your community, around your neighborhood, or, you know, just going to the grocery store, going to the bank. You may find yourself having to run a lot of errands when Mercury goes into this third house. Now, Mercury will come into a conjunction with Saturn on the 23rd. Okay, so Saturn is very stabilizing. Saturn is the planet of mastery. Saturn is the planet of discipline and hard work. So Saturn has been here in this area for you guys for about a year, and he's been really making you work hard on third house matters like learning new skills. Some Libras have gone back to school, or, you know, they're taking some sort of classes, or really putting in the initiative to be self-taught and master some area of learning some sort of skill. And Mercury rules skills of the hands, okay? So you can be really working extra hard on mastering something, some sort of skill of the hands, skill of the mind. Mercury and Saturn coming together can really put forth that hard work. Mercury's asking Saturn, hey, what do we got to do? What do I got to work on? What do I got to do? He's like answering to Drill Sergeant Saturn right now for you guys. Now, on the 26th, Mercury will come into a trine aspect, which is very positive. Here's the trine right here, to Uranus and Aries. And Aries is in your 7th house of relationships, one-on-one to other people. Uranus energy in general, it rules like flashes of insight and ideas and, you know, geniusness. And when it makes a trine aspect to your mind, I mean, this is like spectacular for creative ideas, innovation, inventing something new, getting some flash of insight into anything really. But this can mean, you know, into relationships with people, that you can get some sort of revelation that happens. But this is just really good energy for, like, especially if you're creative, if you're learning something creative. Uranus is like creative genius stuff, so you can really create something like brand new, like some super duper cool ideas around this time. So that's on the 26th that transit happens with Mercury and Uranus. So next, let's talk about Miss Venus here. Venus is your ruling planet. She rules relationships and one-on-one partnerships with people. That can mean business partnerships. Also, how you enjoy life through the 5 senses. So Venus has been in Sag for a little while, just hanging out, having a great time in your 3rd house, chatting it up with people, meeting new people, talking to strangers and people around you in your community more with ease. And it's a little bit of a flirty energy, a lot of fun. Now on the 12th, Venus moves into Capricorn, which is your 4th house of home and family. So she's a little bit more introverted now. She had her fun in the 3rd house. Now she wants to just chill, veg out at home, watch some Netflix, some Hulu, some YouTube, chill with some good food, especially like rich, delicious food. Ooh, especially homemade stuff from family recipes. Oh my gosh. Or if you have a country of origin, or, you know, a certain culture that you belong to and there's certain foods associated with it, this is going to be like a time where you're going to crave it so much more. And it's just having really good times with family too. And just in time for the holidays, for Thanksgiving, Venus will be here. So a lot of Libras will really super duper enjoy, if you live in the States and you celebrate Thanksgiving, she's going to really help you to enjoy that time with some really good food. You may enjoy cooking for family a little bit more if that's something that you don't really do very often. Now, one thing to warn you of is the 25th, and I think that's Thanksgiving or around Thanksgiving here in the States, Venus will come into a conjunction with Pluto. They're going to be at the same degree. So Venus and Pluto in general, Venus is your ruling planet. Wherever she travels, you're affected by her energy so much more, a little more than other signs. So when your ruling planet comes in contact with Pluto, this is very deep and intense energy. Pluto is the energy of a deep soul diver. He is all about domination. He can be sometimes on the negative side about fear and jealousy and stuff like that, and power. So your ruling planet, you know, is being possessed by Pluto. Oh my gosh. Really, it can just bring out on the negative side a little more jealousy and possessiveness, especially in relationships or in regards to family. I would say be careful with the family energy around that time. Even though Venus is enjoyable, this can bring out maybe like digging up some old family stuff of the past, you know, on a negative side. And yeah, just maybe being a little more introverted if you are in a relationship amongst family, and, you know, some jealousy and stuff. But overall, Venus in the fourth house, really, really good time with family, really good time to cook, enjoy some good food, enjoy some time alone, you know, and just really, really chill Venusian energy. So now the sun on the 21st, it moves from Scorpio to Sagittarius, which is more energy in your third house. So highlighting the third house, more mental agility, mental activity. I would say to my Libras, maybe some of you guys may need a little more boost in like coffee or caffeine, which I don't recommend substances, but you know what? Hey, a lot of people drink coffee. You know, they depend upon caffeine to give them a little extra energy because their minds are working so much that it's hard for them to just like, you know, stay like physically awake to stay caught up with their mind. So they may need some more caffeine. So Sun in the third is going to really highlight and pay more attention to this area. This also is a house of siblings. So you can have like maybe a more focus on your siblings. Maybe they may need your help for something, may need your help with organizing things, which is Mercury. But you're just going to see your siblings in, you know, more clearer light, and or your relationships with them. You're going to see like more errands that you need to run, and, you know, just really stay an active busybody during this time, especially because Mars is here in your fifth at the same time. I would recommend that my Libras try to find something to be active, and especially because at the same time we have Venus in your fourth house wanting to eat all this rich, delicious food. OMG. Good thing to stay active with these two houses right here to, you know, if you're a Libra that's worried about watching your figure, and especially because you guys have Jupiter in your first house of the self. Jupiter is the biggest planet. It is expansive, and if it's in the house of your body, guess what can happen to you guys this year? I know I keep mentioning that this is a year-long transit. A lot of Libras, I've heard, as soon as Jupiter goes into Libra, I heard somebody say, oh, my husband, who's a Libra sun, oh yeah, he just started getting a little belly on him all of a sudden. He's usually very naturally thin. Well, honey boo boo, that is Jupiter expanding him. Okay, so if you're trying to watch your figure, Libra, Jupiter's here, you know, Venus is going to be here wanting to eat up everything. So mental activity here, physical activity here. Utilize these energies here to keep your figure at a decent, you know, size, if that's something that you're concerned with. If you're not, then enjoy the rich food, still enjoy the fun times, you know, and talking to a lot of people and everything, Libra. So don't even sweat it. Libras are still gorgeous people anyway. So now let's get into the lunar activity. There's a new moon this month and a full moon. Actually, the full moon is first. The full moon happens when the sun and the moon are in opposite signs, and there's a tension that builds up that brings us to some sort of breaking point, which means like a final decision made. So this happens on the 14th in the sign of Taurus. That means the sun is in its opposite sign of Scorpio. It's at 22 degrees. And then the moon is here in Taurus at 22 degrees. Okay. So for you, that is your second and your eighth houses, your earned income and resources that you have, that you worked hard for, versus other people, resources that you share or gain through other people. Other people, that can also mean like the government, like if you receive unemployment, alimony, child support, insurance or tax money, or it could be joint finances with a partner. Now, I've seen a lot of Libra risings. Some Libra risings because, you know, Aries, there was a full moon in Aries last month in October, conjunct Uranus. Uranus is very, things happening all of a sudden, right? So I saw some Libras have some sudden breakups. It's like, you're feeling good about yourself, your worth, you know, you're recognizing your worth. Jupiter here, happy-go-lucky Jupiter. And then the sun here, your self-worth, your second house. So you realize your worth, right? You break up with somebody. Now you got to deal with 8th house of joint anything with another person. Joint feelings, joining at the soul, joint, you know, material world things like property or even children sometimes. So now you got to learn how to separate, okay? That can be one scenario that happens with the full moon. It can also mean maybe something comes to a breaking point, like with a partner's income, okay? Like maybe you're looking at your resources here, your partner, they get a new job, they earn some more money, bam, that happens with this full moon. Or maybe their income changes in some sort of way, they change jobs, they lose a job, and now it's like, okay, now it's all on me, this is you here, the sun in your second house, to earn more money or to now budget the money, or, you know, just something changes with your self-worth and, you know, joining souls with another person, or just the money that you earn and your resources and the money that you share or gain from other people. On the 29th, there is a new moon in the sign of Sagittarius. It's at 7 degrees Sag, and it happens in your 3rd house. You've got Saturn here, Mercury, they've been talking about, you know, some maybe plans to learn some new things, to take some classes. And then we've got the sun coming in here. Hey guys, what's up? What's going on in here? Let me shine some light in here for you so you could see more clear and work even harder. Here comes the moon and the sun together. Bam, new beginning. So some of you guys can have a new beginning as far as, you know, furthering your education, taking some classes. This is also the house of short distance travel. So I could see some of my Libras maybe getting a new car, changing up something with their car, fixing a car, something like that to do with the way that they travel short distances. Saturn here can have you maybe working on a car a lot. I know a Libra rising that's like, they've got all these things they're doing to their car, you know, always working on it. It's not like it's a clunker or something. They're always like fixing it up like nice, you know, to perfect it and its performance. And then, you know, maybe there can be a focus here just on vehicles and traveling. And also maybe, yeah, some skills that you're trying to learn, a new beginning here to learn a new skill. That is definitely possible. Or maybe even a new beginning with your siblings. Like maybe Saturn here has made your relationship with siblings rough and you have to learn a lot of lessons together. But you know what? Maybe Mercury here helps you communicate with them better. When the new moon happens, it's like a brand new beginning with them, which can be pretty awesome. All right, Libra, that was it for your November forecast. I really hope it was helpful for you and insightful in some sort of way. Don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see your forecast every single month from me, because I will always be here. And also, if you want a personal reading that's unique to you, don't forget to schedule one with me. Go to my website, which is indigomoon.astrology.com, and I would love to give you some clarity. All right, so take care of yourselves. I will see you guys in December. Oh my gosh, this year is almost over so fast, right? Okay, take care.